What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the RC Retro channel. Well, it's official. We are back in the house. All the major work is done. There's some finishing work to be done, but nonetheless, all utilities to my house are reconnected, and so we could live here. It's a little bit of a disaster because we just moved in a couple days ago, but I cleaned up the studio. I did not put it back to its original configuration. I figure I'm going to leave it like this for right now because I'm thinking about maybe redoing the studio, so we shall see. But you will see other videos coming out after this one where I am back in the apartment or shooting on different locations. That's because I have a couple pre-shot videos, but I wanted to get this one out. This is my M08 concept chassis. This is a mid-mounted motor, rear-wheel drive, monocoque chassis where the front and the rear are split, so when you put it together, you could adjust it so that you have different wheelbase lengths. You have a short, medium, long wheelbase. I believe they are 210 for the short, 225 millimeters for the medium, and 239 for the long wheelbase. It has an oiled filled diff. It shares that with the M07, which is front wheel drive. And included with this kit are oiled filled shocks, universals. You even have ball bearings. Check that out. Pretty amazing that Tamiya included full ball bearings on this kit. As for your body, well, Tamiya offers a whole slew of different bodies depending on which wheelbase you go with. As for the one that I have right over here, this is not a Tamiya body. I believe this is a Biddy design touring car body. It came with my M chassis. Kind of like it. It's just a simple white into some neon yellow and white again with purple tinted windows. Works well together. In addition, there are tons of hop-up parts for the M chassis. I know because I spent a few $100s, which you could see right over here. We have a whole bunch of aftermarket parts, and I bought all this before I even got an M chassis. My plan was to wait till after the summer, but then I was away in Europe for 3 weeks, and I was doing a lot of online RC shopping, and next thing you know, this turned up on Buy, and I just couldn't pass it up. It was an M08 chassis, fully hopped up. And when I mean fully hopped up, and where this cost me a few $100s, all these parts came on this chassis already, and I got this for a grand total of $220. Now an M chassis by itself is close to $200, and given that this was $220, it was basically like a bargain. I wouldn't even call it a bargain, I would call it a steal, because the aftermarket parts on here alone range anywhere, I want to say, between $300 and $400. That was a sick deal right there. So these are all of the cardboard cardstock that came with all the aftermarket parts that are in this M08, which also includes these TRF M chassis aluminum big bore dampers. So let's get the body off and take a look at everything up close and see what we have. So as I just mentioned, these come with TRF big bore M chassis dampers that include titanium coated shafts. They also have the 30-degree O-rings that are navy blue, which minimize the amount of air that gets in, and that is also a hop-up. In addition, this includes the aluminum rear suspension mounts. You get 4 of those. What you don't see on here, in the gearbox, you have the metal cross shafts for the gear differential, steel bevel gears, which replace the plastic ones, aluminum gear diff cover, which is blue, and you have hop-up part 54906, which is the aluminum shaft set, center, counter, and idler shafts, which saves a total of 5 grams of weight in this car. I have the aluminum front suspension mount at 0 degrees, and that's a cool blue again. You have the adjustable front and rear stabilizer set, blue anodized aluminum turnbuckles throughout, the aluminum frame posts that are also blue, the full complete steering upgrade, which includes the aluminum steering arms, the steering bridge, the aluminum high torque servo saver, the cap, the aluminum servo blue screws. You have the aluminum blue motor bridge. You also have the full carbon front and rear damper set and body mounts and carbon bumper support. This also came with aluminum rear uprights. And last but not least, a majority of the screws have been replaced to the blue anodized hex, which just finishes off nicely. So as far as what I'm running in here for our M chassis race class on the Fender Bender Speedway, you have your choice of 3 motors. You can go with a silver can, torque tuned, or a sport tuned motor. I'm going with a sport tuned motor in mine. I am running a Hobby Wing Quick Run 1060 ESC and a King Max servo, and of course a LiPo battery in here. And I'm running Volante M chassis wheels and tires on here because the wheels and tires are smaller. Speaking about racing, I'm going to leave you with some video footage of an M chassis race on the Fender Bender Speedway. This was the second qualifier that we were running. I didn't do so great, but I'm not really out there to be competitive. I'm more out there to run my cars, enjoy them, and have fun. But I'm going to leave you with that video footage. It is a 5-minute qualifier. Yes, it's only 5 minutes because we've run so many races out there, and there's quite a great turnout on the Fender Bender Speedway as far as the amount of people who are showing up, so that's pretty awesome. Big shout out to Phil, Fix It Phil, and Tom, our semi-pro race car driver, for running the Fender Bender Speedway. You guys are doing a great job. And I'm going to leave you now with some video footage of me maybe practicing. I'm going to see if I'm going to throw that in depending on how long this video is, and then the qualifier, okay? So enjoy the race footage, and I'll check you on my next.
Bill, Chip, Ari, Wade, and Rock whenever you're ready.
Not a good way to start off.
Marshals. All right, 115 down, 345 to go. We got Chip in that top spot. He's on 18.504. Rock in that second spot, 15.516. Phil, I think you missed a lap. Phil is just 2 laps. All right, 145 down, 315 to go. It is Phil in that top spot, 19.511. Chip in the second spot, 19.514. Rock rounding out the third spot, 15.5 flat. Ari in the fourth spot, 15.516, and Wade on a 13.524. Chip with that hot lap, 15.2, 15.1 now for Chip. He is 0.2 away from Phil. And Chip comes out a 14.8, he's on a 19.507. Phil on a 19.510 in the second spot, Rock on a 16.515, followed by Ari on a 15.510, and Wade on a 12.502. So if you see that all light blue Mini, get out of that man's way. He's not on a DQ pace, but that is your leader. That all blue car is your leader. Time around 15.3, 15.7 for Phil, 20.3 for Rock. Oh, Rock pipes it. Sounds like he's got a rock caught in his skirt. Shut up. Gotcha. All right, 3:45 down, 1:15 to go. It's still Chip in that top spot, 19.502. Followed by Phil on an 18.511. Rocking that third spot, 15.509. Followed by Ari on a 14.502. And Wade on a 13.524. Four down, one to go. Four down, one to go. Pro Stock, you are up next. Pro Stock is up next. Start making your way to the track. Still got Chip out in that top spot, 19.503. Phil in that second spot on an 18.507. Rock on a 15.503. Ari on a 14.5 flat and Wade on a 12.5 flat.
Run me a lap down on Chip?
You want to, yeah, I counted all your laps.
Negative.
Sorry about that. I did this one last year. You were 100% correct. Phil, you are in the lead. 19.502. Chip is on a 19.505. He's 2.8 behind you. And that is time. Keep going until I tell you you are done. Phil, you are done. Chip is done. Everybody else keep going. Ari's done.
Damn. Well, they saw me cool.